Morning, guys. How y'all doing? I'm back to do a reading. We'll find out who it's going to be for in 1 second. I'll give y'all some of that. I'll clean up your energy a little bit. Hope everyone's doing well. Okay. So, let's start out by finding out who it's going to be for. Hopefully there won't be a repeat. Because if there is, I might pull a second card. Because we did Aquarius yesterday. So, someone else's turn to get a message, right? My hair is kind of weird today. I just don't want to put too much time into it, you know. Okay. Leo, we got the Sun card. Nice. Love this card. So it looks like we got Leo energy. Possibly got something that's going to make you happy coming in. Could possibly be a child coming in. Or there could be a child that is like making you happy right now. So that's really cute. So let's find out more. I'm going to pull an Alice in Wonderland card just to see what kind of energy we're in and what's kind of going on. I'm on the cusp, so I kind of consider myself kind of Leo. Like, I would say like a 10% Leo, 90% Cancer. But let's see, maybe there's something good in here for all of us. These cards are really good, and they really have a really gentle way of kind of telling you what you need to do. So let's see. Let's get a card for Leo. Just one. Just one for Leo. Not two. Just one for Leo. Pretty excited today, huh? It's really cold outside over here. You guys know I'm in Cleveland. And it's like 2 degrees or something crazy like that. Okay, we got Never Jam Today. Oh, this card has hit me hard so many times. I'm just going to read it off real quick. When the White Queen makes her outrageous statement that jam is for tomorrow and for yesterday, but never for today, Alice realizes that no one is ever to get any jam. Thus, it is likely that someone is making promises they are extremely unlikely to deliver. Whether they are offering a pay raise, a good time, or a commitment, it is never to be. It would be best for you to work towards satisfying your desires yourself. Don't buy what they're selling. Okay, so it looks like this could be like a little bit of a red flag. Because you had this Sun card that's like talking about happiness. It could be something that it could be a relationship, a job, really any scenario where you're wearing rose-colored glasses, right? And what I mean by that is like you're hoping, praying, seeing that everything is going to go well and this is going to be incredible and you're going to be incredibly happy, right? But you're not facing the fact that you're being given the runaround, right? So all of the things that you're hopeful for, that you're happy about, are never to be with this particular person or in this particular space, right? So the card is encouraging you to kind of go after things for yourself. Don't put that like responsibility on anyone else, especially when it comes to being happy, right? Because people always think, oh, I'm just going to find someone that's incredible and that's going to make me happy, right? But the thing is that we have to create our own happiness. Like one of my favorite memes is the guy that's holding the jar of happiness, right? And he's like clutching it really tight. And the other guy comes to him. He's like, where did you get that? How did you find that? Who gave that to you, right? And he just says, I created it myself. And that's what this card is telling you to do. You need to be able to create your own happiness, right? You can't put that responsibility on anyone else. You can't depend on anyone else for your happiness. It has to come from within. You have to find the things that actually light you up and that bring happiness and put work into it. Pursue those things and do them on a regular basis. No one said it was going to be easy. I'm not saying it's easy. If it was easy, everybody'd be happy. There'd be no war, right? It's not easy. And people don't take that responsibility of doing it themselves. But you can, and you're being called to do that. Now let's get some more. I'm just going to use the regular old-fashioned deck here. I call it old-fashioned because, there's so many new decks now with all their, beautiful art and different messages. So there's such a variety. But, this is classic. I feel a lot of people are able to understand it, like the viewers are able to understand it in comparison with some, new decks where the images are different. You can't really pick it up. So I'm going to use this one. Oh! Wow, a lot of energy. And the card there, let's see what came out since they just threw them at me. Okay, we got Temperance. And Temperance, it makes sense for Temperance to come out because like I was saying, this is like balancing, trying to receive happiness from the outside and really creating it from the inside. Temperance is all about balancing energies, right? Moving your energy to get you into a different mood, right? Then we've got Five of Pentacles, the Moon, Knight of Wands, Nine of Swords. Okay. So it looks like there's a little bit of stress, a little bit of anxiety about a Knight of Wands that was left out in the cold, right? You possibly, it looks like from the direction of the cards, it looks like you walked away from this, right? Because of things that were hidden. We got the Moon right smack in the middle, right? So you walked away from this and directional and everything. Walking away, and then now we got this Knight of Wands that's coming towards you. Even though you've walked away. It looks like you've possibly walked away because of things hidden with the Moon card, and that's what's giving you that anxiety here. It feels like trying to balance your feelings having to do with this person. And it makes sense because sometimes you walk away, but you don't want to. But you have to for a variety of reasons. There's two people in this image. This could be you walked away because you had to protect a child that you have. You could have walked away because just the environment was so toxic. That's what it feels like. It feels like this wasn't a safe environment for you and your child. Or just you. The card is just like that. And you left. Even though in this, it feels like there was some sense of, I don't want to say fear, but let's say anxiety about walking away from this person. There was possibly a tied financial interest here. And it looks like that's part of what's stressing you out. But see, the Temperance, it's like the angel. It's like your ancestors and your guardians and your spirit guides, right? It's like them coming in, trying to help you balance this because you're shown in a very anxious state right now. So I feel like that's why this angel has come out. This angel has come to try to help you with these energies. You've walked away because you felt you had to. Because this is the Five of Pentacles. There's other ways to walk away. Like the Eight of Cups, you walk away with a lot of emotion. But here, this is specifically walking away and having nothing when you're leaving. Which could be why you feel that insecurity. Tell me more about what's happening with the viewer. Oh, they're kind of... Okay, single. Now single, we've got the Nine of Pentacles, which is like the notorious single lady in the deck, right? But abundant, right? Creating for herself or himself. There's no gender. It doesn't matter. Creating for yourself, but being single. So it's clear that you've walked away from this situation here. So now you're in this single energy. But what you need to see is that you are abundant. Just because you don't have millions or thousands in your bank account doesn't mean that you're not abundant. Abundance can be in the form of people that love you and are willing to lend a hand. Is the universe gifting you things. You don't have to have that coin, that specific coin in your hands for you to feel abundant, right? Just leaving this situation could make you feel abundant because now you have peace, and abundance of peace, because you've left the toxic environment. And once you harness that peace that you have, you can create whatever you want. And that's what this single person is doing. Creating wealth. How? By listening to the divine. We have a bird right there. That's like your spirit guides, your ancestors, giving you messages to help you advance, right? But you are abundant. You have this. Or this is what's in your future. You can create this. Just like I'm talking about with the happiness. You can create this abundance, especially by making changes within your life to bring you peace, harmony, and just like the energy that you're looking for outside of this chaos or this toxic environment. We got a King of Wands in reverse, possibly, that's trying to get in the way here. But look at that. You got that King of Wands in reverse, but that's the person you walked away from. So it's like, it feels like this first row, this is the initial, when you first left, right? You were feeling this anxiety, insecurity, unsure of what was happening. Now you're moving into this single abundant energy, right? Where you've completely walked away. This King of Wands in the reverse is in the past, completely in the past, right? You had a lot of feelings for them, which is these cups, the emotions, but you're still walking away towards a more positive environment here with the mountains representing spirituality, right? Moving towards a spiritually safe environment for you. Moving away from this King of Wands that could possibly have been, it's showing here broken promises, disrespectful, bad temper. You got to think of basically all the qualities that the King of Wands upright has is the opposite, right? A person that does not take care of their home, their family, the people within their responsibility as a king, right? A person that doesn't respect people's boundaries, a person that is not reliable, right? Because like, I like to call the King of Wands the Mr. Make It Happen, right? That's the guy, that's the dude. He's the master of the wands. Like I always talk about, the kings, they're a master of whatever tool they have. So the King of Wands upright, incredible, is a master, can create what they need, very reliable. But in reverse, this is a person that's possibly promising to create these things, promising to create a good life for you, but they're not doing it, right? So you've seen this, you've already walked away, and you're staying away. That's the important part, right? And this staying away just happens to come up under the Moon card, right? So it's like there were a lot of things hidden here. And we got the Moon here, the Moon here. So it's like you've completely separated yourself from this and you're looking forward to your new opportunity. The new opportunity that's going to be coming in, because we sometimes we think that there's not going to be a new opportunity because we're still kind of stuck in the old one. But what happens is that you need to completely close out this cycle, this really heavy emotional cycle, because we got 8 cups. That's a lot of emotion. That's a lot of love, a lot of care that you had for this person. And you still walked away because that's what was best for you. You made the decision to do what's best for you. And until you're completely clear of that, that Ace of Cups is going to come in. Once that's completely over, which you walked away, but it feels like this King of Wands might still try to be getting in your energy here because they wouldn't have showed up, right? In the beginning, they showed up as a knight. So this person could be making changes and improvements, trying on the outside though, only in the 3D. Because I noticed we have Knight of Wands in the first row, then it's elevated to King, right? But this King is in reverse where the Knight of Wands was upright. So in the beginning, in the earlier time here, this person was upright. If you like to, I don't know how you like to think of that word, but a lot of people think of upright as like doing right, right? So he was upright coming in to create, to do positive things. But then they've grown 3D, right? So they could have acquired a business, they could have got married. They've done something that has like lifted their status in the 3D. They could have more money, they could have more property, they could have created businesses, like I said, or material things, homes, vehicles, things like that, right? But spiritually, they have declined because now they're in the reverse, where in the past they were in the upright. So clearly, here they were doing wrong and you walked away. So now they're in an even more like disrespectful, aggressive type of energy. So this is going to make it a lot really easy. Not really easy, but it's going to make it easier for you to be able to maintain the decision that you made to walk away from this person and move forward into a new opportunity. So let's see if we can find out anything about what's coming in the future here. This is just the power of self-direction, which I kind of feel like fits here because this is about you taking your power and doing the things that you know you need to do that's going to bring in that happiness. Because like I said, it's up to you. You want that jar of happiness? You got to make it yourself. Okay, tell me about what's coming up for the viewer, for Leo. Soulmate. With like-minded individuals. So this could be friendships that are coming in with people that think the way you do. This could be, every time I see this card, I always think spiritually speaking, people who resonate with the way you are spiritually speaking. With me being like this, the way I am, I don't really have a description for it, but a little bit more in tune with the spiritual world than I am with the physical world. It kind of puts you on the outside of like 70% of the population, which is fine. But this is about finding people that resonate with your spirituality, with your beliefs, people who are open and supportive and actually are trying to help here. This feels more like friendships coming in with like-minded people, creating a family for yourself, basically a soul family, people that resonate with you. Okay. I thought it was going to go back in, but it really wanted to come out. Unspeakable. There are obstacles. Suffering for mental health. Harness your inner strength. Overcome obstacles. So right now you might be having a bit of a hard time with mental health. I mean, with everything that's going on, that's really understandable. And all I'm going to say on that topic is if you feel something's off with the way you're thinking, the way you're feeling, seek professional help. They're going to be able to help you the most, right? Also, seek help from your guardians, your ancestors, your spirit guides, and the divine, right? We're open to pray 24/7, right? There's no waiting, there's no having to make a call, there's no hour restriction. Just get into it. Talk to God, talk to your spirit guides. And if you feel you need more help in the physical, in this 3D, speak to a doctor, speak to a therapist, find people in your community that can help. There's always help within the community, right? I'm going to grab one more card. But you've done the hard part already. The hardest part was walking away, and you've done that. Now it's about building up yourself, and this you can do. You can do it. Other people have done it. You can do it. That's the way I look at almost every challenge that I have. If they did it, I can do it too, right? Because we all have that peace of God, that peace of the divine that allows us to create in this physical world. And we got it here. Communication, seek help. Exactly like what I was saying. Look for people. And it makes sense that these three came out. Because it's like, look for people that think the way you do. That are going to help you get through this, right? It feels like you might need some support right now. And just this card is making me feel like a lot of hands in the pot, right? So a lot of people possibly giving you their opinions on what you should do or how you should heal this. And what needs to happen is you need to be able to speak to people who are on your level, who resonate with you. These people, all these other people that are trying to stick their hands in this, they don't need to be involved. Look for a professional or look for people within your community that are going to help. Here it says, when facing challenges, connect with others, speak from the heart. And the other thing with this Ace of Cups being here is like, you have to be open. You have to be willing to share that water, right? And we know that the water is the emotion, is the love, is the care, is what you feel within. And for these to come together is you're going to have to be able to share those feelings and get those things out and get help either from a therapist, from people, like-minded people in your community, whether it's like a church, some type of religious organization, or a doctor. Friends, people who resonate with the way that you think, spiritually speaking, is where you're going to need to find this help. But I feel like with the help that you're going to get, that's going to create a whole new life for you. You know what I mean? Where you have this happiness and you have this satisfaction about the things that you built. And look what came right when I said that. Success, abundance, status and privilege, maintaining humility and balance. Right? Getting through this and being successful, moving on from here. You're moving towards this, creating this. Once you're in this energy, this is what's in the future for you. Having more than you need, being able to relax, right? Well, what's happening right now is we need to be sharing, getting these feelings out, and getting help if necessary. But you are abundant. Like I said, abundant not necessarily has to be dollar bills in the bank. Abundance could be this community, this family, this doctor that's going to be there to help you, right? But we have to make moves ourselves. People on the outside possibly don't know what's happening. We have to make that move in order to make the changes, right? But you got success coming up, and this looks like it's been really hard. But you got it. You got this. I love you guys, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day. And I'll see y'all again on the next one. Bye.